Hi everybody, welcome to this week's question and answer video again. Hope everybody had a nice weekend. There are lots of questions and which is great. And there's very long questions. There's like 3-page questions, several of them. So I'm only saying this because I don't like the videos that get too long. So the more questions there are, the faster I tend to go. But anybody, if I miss your questions, let me know. But if you want to know more about the question, if you want me to elaborate on an answer or something, just tell me. Tell me. So let's get into the questions right away. First one's from Ollie from the United Kingdom. Hello, Ollie. My husband of 20 years finally went for psychotherapy. He was diagnosed with dissociation, CPTSD, and some back brain process. What about the back brain process? Low empathy, impulsivity, anger, aggression. I really feel like he has BPD. After supporting him, researching for a therapist, and letting him know I was here to talk anytime, he turned on me. Completely shut down and accused me of interrogating him. Wouldn't speak to me. Projection, blame shifting, deceitful behavior, substance misuse, passive aggression, splitting, resentment, rage, nuts towards me. Nice to everyone else. Well, he doesn't have to live with everyone else. So Ollie, I don't know how long he saw the psychotherapist for, but personality disorders can take a very long time to see, especially to diagnose. Sometimes, believe it or not, professionals don't even want to. They will not purposely diagnose someone with personality disorders for different reasons. But maybe they didn't see him long enough. Because everything you're describing, I think you're right. You're probably right. Probably a personality disorder when it's this extreme. Because this isn't just CPTSD. And I mean, I don't know what they're suggesting with some back brain process problems, cognitive dysfunctioning. You said back brain, but this is the forward frontal brain that's responsible for empathy and stuff like that. So, my guess is you're probably right, and they didn't have enough time, which is very typical. A lot of borderlines go to therapists. They don't go very long. They never get diagnosed. Max Barry from Melbourne, Australia. Hi, Barry. David is the only person I trust on YouTube that will give an honest portrayal of people that have BPD or traits. Whenever I need a wake-up call, I come to this channel. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate you. And Ken from the Southwest United States. The more I learn, the more questions I have. Right? Huh. That's psychology for you. Why do these people need to control everything? And so you go into a very detailed description of how she's controlling you. And I think we all understand controlling behaviors. What you breathe, what music you listen to, movies you could watch. Jesus. That's a little bit more than controlling. They say these people lack a sense of self, so they mirror. But it seems she knew exactly who she was. No. And needed to enforce that on everyone or everything. Then she doesn't know who she is. Yeah? I don't need to keep telling you if I know. I don't need to keep denying something if I didn't do it, and I know I didn't do it, and I know myself, and I have confidence. All the forums, subreddits, they all do the same things, say the same things. They know exactly who they are. Be careful where you get your information from. Subreddits and forums, be careful, right? I mean, think of the people that are on there. Borderlines. A Hale 007. Don't know where you're from. Let us know your locations. Nailed it. LMAO. I love you. You're so amazing. Oh my God. We're soulmates. Twin flames. We're going to set the world on fire. It's you and I against the world. You're so incredible, so handsome. The way you move, you talk. Oh my God. There's nobody that has ever been like you in my life. And I never felt this way before. Oh my God. Run. Thank you. And Healing Family from California. Hello. Thank you, David, for my therapist. Did another EMDR, which she thought I needed. This was my fifth session. My fourth was about 4 months ago. You told us about that one. You want to share this one again? You had another closure dream. I know the truth. I'm not, and you told him this in your closure dream. He tried to hide his new girlfriend and baby, and you told him, I know the truth. I'm not dumb. I know about your girlfriend. I know about your baby, and you need to leave. I'm done with you. Amazing dream. I felt I needed to cry so much after this. The following day as well. I had not felt like crying in months. and I cried a lot for 2 days. Feeling much better now. Can you give me your thoughts on this? What my brain and emotion box are going through? Thank you. Well, maybe if she kept doing it more and more, you keep crying, but you don't need to. There's that too, right? You, there's things I'm healed from. Tear into them a little more. Maybe I'll start feeling a little sad again. But it just sounds like you have more healing to do. I don't think healing's ever done, guys. I'm sorry. And I know when you ask me or someone else how they're healed, and they can tell you why they're healed. But there's three major parts to healing, and this is just my opinion. And we need to stabilize and we need to recover what we lost. That's even our sense of self and our agency and relationships and stuff like this. And then there's growing. The last thing people do, the least people do, and the most important. Feel better, get things back, and do it again, or grow. That's the important part, grow. And so aren't we all always growing all the time? That never stops. And so maybe healing never stops. You asked me what I thought about it. That's it. There's still underlining healing needed. Right? That's what you're seeing here. That's what we touched on. They opened the wound back up, and still lots of crying even the next day. And this is healing even more. So it's really good. Really good. It sounds, what do you think? You don't need me to tell you. It sounds like you had some more healing needed to do. Maybe there is even more again. But you're doing it, and we're growing. It's good. You're learning from it, not just feeling better, I hope. Moist Robot from Manchester, United Kingdom. My ex-BPD, HPD, histrionic borderline, would often tell me that I would fight for her. What do you mean fight? You mean physically fight someone? She'd say, I'd fight in her corner even if she was wrong. Well, no, I wouldn't, because I thought she was wrong about a lot of things. She was attention-seeking, inflammatory, troublemaking. Yeah, but what did you ever really do about it? Just tell her she's wrong, or just not support her? She'd say, I'd save her if she was kidnapped. WTF? Do you have any reason to think you'd be kidnapped? By who? Is there someone wanting to kidnap you? I could figure out the reason for these statements, but by her, until I just heard someone talking about the damsel in distress manipulation tactic where a BPD will exaggerate a current crisis to get the partner to fit the role. Sure, but it sounds like she had some confidence that she had some control over you, and you'll be there for her no matter what. And that's emotional security, and it's something that we all need in relationships, to feel secure. I don't know what she's doing, because you said this would fit with a recent call from her after over a month no contact. She's yet in another crisis where she's about to be evicted from her rented house. She knows I own my house, which she loves and wanted to move in, which I laughed and said no chance, which was the beginning of the end at that time in the relationship. The call was made from her son's phone as the other contacts were blocked. Your thoughts? Well, she's violating your boundaries, and she's exploitative, and she already exploited you before, and she is confident that she might be able to do it again. I don't think this is a manipulation tactic to, if it's true that she's about to be evicted in her house, it makes sense that a borderline's about to be evicted from her house, because she can't keep a job, she can't stay still, she can't live with other people, and so always has to move. That makes sense. More sense than this is something she's doing, pretending to be a damsel in distress. I think that she can't function very well and relies on other people, and she exploited you and believes that she can do it again. And it seems like you're saying, no, you can't, which is great. Give her that final message not to talk to you anymore, and never tell her again, no matter what she does. Patia Patel from Eastern United States. Can you please discuss adult-to-adult friendship grooming? How their care turns into control. How they use our core value of loyalty against us by shaming us, guilting us, and telling us we are obligated. How they condition us to walk on eggshells and use our vulnerabilities to intimate us to comply. I think you might intimidate. How they gaslight us to create codependency. So it doesn't really matter what they do if you think about it. It's about who is it effective on. Not everyone, just us. And so I can tell you how they do it, but it'll serve you way more to understand why you fell for it. So it's the frog in boiling water analogy. If I fill a pot up with water, lukewarm, put the frog in it, set it on the burner, turn it on high, it slowly heats up. The frog feels it heating up, and he waits too long to jump out until it's too hot. I can't jump out. It's kind of like that, isn't it? It doesn't start right out the gate. We do see red flags where many other people would be gone, but we stay. So we kind of ignore some red flags and excuse their behaviors. And that sets a tone. Because think of why you excuse a behavior in someone that's toxic, that bothered you or hurt you, affected you, these kinds of things. And we do this because we feel like it's not going to change, don't we? We accept someone for who they are, but unfortunately we accept them in our life. So we're halfway there. Some people never even accept who the person is that they're showing you. We keep saying, no, that's not them. No, that's not them. No, they didn't mean to. No, that's just their childhood. No, it's just because I upset them. No, actually, it's who they are. That's why they're acting that way. That's why they're saying these things and doing these things and implying these things, and because that's who they are. And we say, no, they're not. I see the good in them. Well, there's good in everyone. So, I need a little help. Okay, this is one of the most biggest tactics. So they might act nice and they might be a victim and all this, but first it's get you to invest. And the nicer I am and the more I'm there for you, the more you like me, the more you trust me, and the more time we spend together, the more we start to attach. It doesn't matter the relationship. Whether it's coworker, friend, lover, we will attach because that's what we do. And as soon as we invest, it's hard to walk away. They get us to invest. Can I have a ride? Can I borrow 20 bucks, 100 bucks? Can you take me there? What do you think about this? Hey, I have a problem with my boyfriend. Oh my God, you won't believe what he did. Oh, thank you for making me feel better. Next night, oh my God, you won't believe what he did again. Oh, thank you for making me feel better. Next night, see that? And you're investing, and they're investing in nothing. They're doing nothing. It's really hard to walk away from investment. If we allow someone to change us a lot in our lives and make us feel so excited and amazing, we kind of hold the bar there, and then that starts to go down, and we start lying to ourselves. Oh, it could be back up here. It could be back up here. When really we need to make ourselves feel like this. So there's many factors that happen slowly over time where we're less and less aware of it, and they start baiting us. They start, poor me, and you feel sorry for them, and then now I get to talk all the time. Now my problems are more important than yours. They all kind of almost erase who you are. Because they aren't going to meet your needs. They're not going to give you really what you want, except a little bit in the beginning. They don't match or meet your values. They don't care about your beliefs. They don't care how you feel. They make you feel bad. Don't care. And so you start losing a sense of yourself and start becoming dependent on them. And that dependency role can be, it makes me feel better that I take care of you, that I have some control over you, that I'm doing great, good things for you, that, whatever it is. So there's many, many different elements that happen. Many, but there's almost a script to what they do. But I promise you, you're going to learn way more when you understand your part in it. Hi, David. Greetings from California, from Melissa. Hi. I just wanted to say you are so insightful and so spot on with your videos. Everything you said made me go, yep. Thank you for all your insight and sound advice and support. One of the realest YouTubers out there. Have a beautiful day. We all deserve an easy love. Not a difficult love. A person can only do so much, but even the most love in the world is not enough for a borderline. I will always have love for her despite everything, but sometimes you need to have more love and respect for yourself. Yeah, she needed to love herself, and you need to love yourself more. And thank you for what you said. I appreciate you. Thank you. I hope you're healing, Melissa. JR from Nashville. Hello. My ex gained about 20 pounds in the last 6 months of our relationship, and I never said one word to her about it because I knew it was from the stress of dealing with her covert narc mother again after she had her out of her life. I tried to help her by taking her to the gym with me and helping her eat healthier, but she still got upset at me, even for that. Why do they keep helping? Why do they take helping them as an insult? It's your expectations they feel, JR. It's things they can't do. And I know that you are genuinely want her to be a happy, healthy person, and she can't. She can't. You can't do it for her, so you try to show her the way, and it's too much pressure. Can you see that? Right? It's just like your parents wanting you to get straight A's, but you can't. Something like that. And that pressure feels awful. And it's like, just let me get my goddamn C pluses and B minuses. Ding 101. Hello from California. Hello. Can someone have BPD without being a high conflict personality? Absolutely. I have pretty much all the BPD symptoms, but I've always been a very timid person that tries to find the common ground to avoid conflict. I also have a lot of empathy. I find it easy to put myself in someone else's shoes. I might also have high functioning autism. My brother is diagnosed and we're pretty similar in a lot of ways, so it's possible. I'd go get another diagnosis now. Why don't you? Sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes you barely meet the criteria and now you don't. That'd be my suggestion. But yeah, of course, there's nothing's definitive, exclusive, inclusive. There's that. Yeah, you can't just say all BPD do this. You can't say all people that don't have BPD don't ever do that. You know, and yes, the biggest group of people in the high conflict personality type are borderlines. Doesn't mean everyone is. Doesn't. It's just extremely common. Yeah. So you're okay. Go get a different diagnosis or another one. Not a different, I didn't mean to say it. Go get another one. Andrew from Northeast United States. I missed your last couple Q&As, but I wanted to say congratulations on your book. Thank you. One day I will tell my story as well. Yes, please, everyone, tell your story somehow, some way. So this is a very long one. I'm going to try to shorten this up because I already know what your question is and I can answer it. I have a 10-year-old son. Me and his mother did not work out and you split up. Co-parented until he was 4 years old. She met a new guy, got married. Started telling you her husband's way better than you. Randomly call you. Tell you you're a piece of shit. Dad. Tell you to sign all the parental rights away. You're still doing your best to be a good dad. Called you names. She was abusing you still. Limited your contact with your son. Weaponizing him as a pawn. Then she told you can't talk to him anymore. Can't see him again. Kept sending letters. No response. You offered to send money. Eventually she moved to a different city. Blocked your number. You haven't even seen him or talked to him in 2 years. She's doing this to him, by the way. They say parental alienation doesn't exist. I don't know who they. It certainly does. I don't know who told you that. That's not true. Why could she be? Because that's what I was going to tell you. She's alienating. It's called parental alienation. And you need to document these things, contact a lawyer, and you have rights to this child. She's not allowed to do this. I don't care what state you're in. Why could she be doing this? Do you believe it's possible her husband is controlling her and manipulating her? Probably not, no. You're not in financial good standing right now, but look forward to working with me later. Well, contact me and tell me what you can afford if you want. Thank you. So she's doing this because of her. Because she's a piece of shit. She knows that she hates herself. She doesn't want you anywhere near her because her narrative is that you're the piece of shit, not her. And you being around in this child's life and this child growing up loving you more than her ain't going to support that narrative, is it? She's a control freak, doesn't want you anywhere around because she can't heal from that relationship. She calls you up, keeps abusing you. That doesn't mean she's happier. It means she's worse. She's worse than when you were with her. And because she left, you said it was all of a sudden, oh my God, yeah, that means she's totally empty inside, doesn't know who she is, can't heal from anything, still not healed from anything. And she's created a false narrative to protect her, and she's going to force her child to live it. So at least do this for your child. Try to intervene, try to see this child because you might be the only savior that child has. Okay? I'm really sorry. God, I hate to hear parents not be able to see children or children not being able to have their parents. Don't give up. Don't listen to her. Don't interact with her. Don't deal with her. Do this the legal way. And there's a lot of states that will offer you help if you can't afford it. Okay? I'm really sorry, but what she's doing is wrong, possibly criminal. Cowboy No Horse, South Florida. Loves David DeMar's coaching. Thank you. I love South Florida. I do. Best place in the country. Why can't people with BPD change their behavior? Myself and many others, addicts, alcoholics, idiots, have actively worked for change in ourselves. Yeah, but not all, right? Not all. There's some addicts that don't change. There's alcoholics that don't change. There's idiots that have not changed, right? You know that. If you're in AA, you see them leave, you see them come back like it's a revolving door. 2% success rate in Alcoholics Anonymous. So if you changed, you're the minority. Why? You can apply this to anybody. why don't people with BPD change their behavior? Why does anybody change their behavior? A lot more people in BPD that don't change behaviors. Why not? Because it's the hardest thing to do in our lives. Right? You did it. Yourself and many others. You stopped your addiction that you were dependent on. Was that easy? What did it require? Hardest thing to do in your life, isn't it? Gives you a sense of purpose, accomplishment. Feels really good, doesn't it? But it was scary at first, wasn't it? Change requires courage. It's so difficult. With children, we encourage them. We give them courage to try again. We don't berate them for failing. But it's difficult. And you're talking about severe mental illness. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. I don't expect them to do it. Does that make sense? It's just the hardest thing to do in your life. And this person changing their BPD behaviors is probably much harder than you quitting an addiction. So you know how hard that was. Amplify that 10 times. And also hate yourself, have no courage, have no self-esteem, have no support, have no money. You know what I mean? I mean, we're all human beings here. We're all not perfect. We all got problems. And we're all trying to be better, but not everybody's gonna. That's how I see it. What do you think? What do you guys think? Is there more of a reason why borderlines don't change their behaviors? Except it's just so damn hard. You know, another reason it's hard for them to look at themselves. They carry a lot of shame with them. And it can be very difficult to look at yourself, to acknowledge that you have problems, that the problems are yours, and that means you have to change them. And they don't feel they can. It's easier to deflect, to accuse, to control, to blame, to confuse, cause doubt, manipulate, talk shit, smear you. It is. That's easier, isn't it? It goes against my moral compass, so I couldn't do it. But they don't have one. So it's not that hard to do that. And that's why we have to hold people responsible. There has to be repercussions, not just forgiveness, not just compassion. You can't do that. A career criminal, you're not going to change him in prison. No. We hope that that keeps them from doing it again. The punishment, the fear. Okay? That's it, guys. That's all of my questions I see. It went a lot faster than I thought. I think I might have been one of the most fastest talking people right there. But let me know what you think of my answers, okay? Let me know what you think, and I mean it. You can keep elaborating on the same question, and I'll give you more time. I'll try to come up with more things for you. But I appreciate all your questions. Let me know your guys' examples of the things I've said. And love yourself first, please, and subscribe to the channel, and give us a like. And you can find me at daviddemars.com if you want coaching. Thanks. Love yourself first. Bye.